gave us a whole world of exciting new possibilities. So I guess this is a story of how it changed our lives. Maybe it will yours too. It'll be cool. Now that I've gotten on the internet, I'd rather be on my computer than doing just about anything. You'll learn how the net can entertain you and take you to far-off locations and meet new people. So let's get underway.
You're using a new web browser.
Switching over to Chrome.
Oh, damn.
What
Firefox do?
They're like ending support for plugins, and I don't know. I guess I used some that I liked. Mm-hmm. I didn't think about it a lot. I just downloaded Chrome, and I was like, I'm done with you, Firefox. How dare you switch a single thing about how I use your service?
One pop-up message, you're gone.
Pretty much, yeah.
Damn. Are they struggling? They just don't like plugins?
I didn't go to the meeting. Maybe it's a lot of work to maintain plugins. I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
You remember your login? Sorry, I just want.
Yeah, well, I remember the password.
So successful.
I'm getting an email now. There's a new login. That's great. Thanks, guys.
That's so nice that they let you know.
Oh, what's that? Did they send me 2 emails about it? Nah, just an email from Amazon. Let me go ahead and delete that too. It's the most exciting segment of the Heads Up podcast. Looking at Sean's email. It's a little jingle I'll give you for free. Everyone can use that whenever they'd like. Yeah, it's all very exciting. There were some pigs in his yard.
I think that was just his neighbors. I don't know who his neighbors are.
That was very insulting. I'm looking at the picture. They're actual pigs. Unless they've been transmogrified in some fashion. I don't. Unless can pigs own property?
I mean, like, anyone can own property, right?
Yeah. Oh, they're naked anyways, so I don't know. I mean, these pigs are not wearing any clothes, so I don't know why Facebook is allowing this picture to stay.
They're on his property, so, I mean, it's not like they're on their private property just walking around naked.
Right. But then again, Kyle's not getting them off his property. He's just taking pictures. little pervert. Yeah. Now we get to these good cat pictures, finally.
Yeah, thank God.
I know. There's a fucking oasis in this desert of politics. You get finally something people want to see on Facebook.
Kyle is getting all kinds of animals in his yard.
Talking about bears,
Bears.
Waffles.
It's crazy. I can only assume birds because the bears destroyed his bird feeder, apparently. Okay. I hate that guy. Oh my God, Kyle, what guy?
What guy?
I think, did he talk to me on this day? And then he just subtweeted me? Am I that guy? I don't know.
Could have.
It's been 4 years since he's been introduced into the wizarding world, and every time we get to something where everyone else thinks it's normal, he's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
He's still amazed by it.
Well, I think it's because, he's not really paying very close attention to his education,
Yeah, he's busy.
He's busy murdering and committing felonies, so... No, I guess not entirely the Weasleys' fault, but, could just be... Any one of them could have been like, yeah, it's a port key, you need to be holding on to it.
Yeah. Any simple explanation.
Yeah.
And, you're going to have to let go in the middle of it spinning around.
Yeah, there's a way that you can land on your feet. You can just kind of gently float out, but Mr. Dursley and the other 2 people aren't going to tell you how.
Yeah, just let go.
Yeah.
We're probably close enough to the ground, which is why they probably had to hike to get to that boot in the first place. That boot probably started right outside of the front door of the Weasley's house, so they could get to this World Cup, and they just jumped off of it too early, and it's in the woods, so they had to go find it.
Gotta go find it now, yeah. Oh, so before we get to the actual Quidditch introduction where they see all the teams flying around, evil Lucius? Is it Lucius Malfoy?
It is Lucius Malfoy, yeah.
He, again, uses his dope walking stick like a fucking boss.
Yeah.
He sees the Weasleys and he starts fucking dissing them for being poor and shitty.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, kind of spot on. And
then he acts all classy because his son tries to join and he's like, come on.
Yeah. His son starts being shitty. He's like, hey, shut the fuck up. I'm being shitty right now.
Yeah.
And then he uses
no need to brag. I've already owned them.
Yeah, I've humiliated them. You don't just keep doing it. You save your cool insults for later.
Yeah.
And then he hooks Harry's boot with his walking stick from one down below. And I mean, the threat he delivers is pretty weak, but like the stick move I think was cool enough. Just be like, hey, look at my pimp ass stick. I can stop you from going anywhere with this stick. And then he just lets him go and walks off.
I don't think the threat needed to be that badass because he'd already tried to murder him once less than a year ago at that point. Like months ago.
Yeah, it's been like
summer
maybe
months
3
ago.
months. It's been maybe 3 months since that dude tried to use the killing curse on him.
So the threat doesn't have to be that big. You just be like, hey, I still fucking hate you.
You remember that? You remember that when I tried to kill you? All right, cool. Yeah, they're very erratic. They're terrible wizard cops. There's no, like, what did you see? Why are you knocked out? Why are all three of you still here when there's no one else in this field?
That's the movie that needs to be made. There needs to be like Police Academy Harry Potter series.
That guy that makes the noises would be so less impressive, though. Just be magic.
He has to eat one of those little candies.
Yeah, just makes different noises. We get the entrance of the other school children. Mm-hmm. The French ones and then the Russian ones. The French ones do little dance moves.
Yes.
There's
a scene where like Ron's talking about them, and it just shows their butts.
and what's the voiceover? What's Ron saying over it?
I forget, but he's talking about how
The shot it's an ass shot of all these teenage girls
yes.
doing their little dance move, and the voiceover is Ron going, bloody hell! Yeah.
And later he talks about liking to watch them walk. Like,
yep. You know I like it when they walk.
Yeah, he is obsessed with butts, which I don't know is overly important to any plot or his character, but
it serves as one half of his character development
butts.
in this film. It's so now there's a fetish. There you go. There you go.
Thank you.
There.
He's got no time for Harry Potter's bullshit. He's busy with butts.
Busy with butts. Yep. But see, then I was thinking, right? You live in a world where you got magic every day. Mm-hmm. If you get enough wizards together who have the discipline to learn a dance routine without using magic, that's probably impressive to wizards. It's like, oh wow, they took so much time out of their day to not do magic and to learn just regular dance moves.
I really thought they were gonna have like, the pantry and like the broom closet come out and do dances, like little brooms and mops spinning around. But no, they learned the dance moves on their own.
Yeah, I don't know. That might be impressive to wizards. I mean, it wasn't impressive to me because they were just shitty dance moves.
Yeah. You can watch YouTube videos of people dancing like idiots all the time. It's great.
Yeah. Well, not at Hogwarts. It's cut off from the rest of the world.
There's no computers in that library.
That's right. Yeah, it's all ancient tomes bound in leather. I'm sure there's cool stuff in them, but still, come on.
They have to still use the Dewey Decimal System to find those books.
Probably. Well, they probably just use magic, right? Accio book on sweet butt magic.
But Hagrid, when he is bringing Harry Potter out, he tells him to bring his invisibility cloak. And at first you think they don't see that Harry Potter is sneaking a glimpse at the first trial.
Yeah.
But it's because Hagrid wants Harry to know that they're dragons. Doesn't just want to tell him that.
Yeah.
But also doesn't want to ruin his first date trying to impress this French giant.
That's right. Hagrid's got to get his, son.
He's got to get it.
Hagrid's, it's lonely in that shack. It's lonely being a high school dropout living in a shack outside the high school you dropped out of. He has a brief run-in with Ron where, again, man, it's just hard being 14. It's just hard. It's just tough. It's tough being 14. Friends turn on you. It's rough. Ugh. They nailed that. The movie nailed that. But then he turns to walk the other way, back through the same place, the same little courtyard, and Draco Malfoy is just like hanging out in a tree with all of his cronies standing around under it. Like, what?
Yeah.
How long did he wait there, or did he see Harry run across the courtyard, get up in the tree, and have his friends come around it just so he could be like, say a shitty thing?
His friends are around the tree because they had to lift him up to get him in the tree.
Yeah, he couldn't climb it.
They had to act nonchalant. I'm going to
But
get
then
in this
again-
tree and jump down nonchalantly and make this really sick burn. It's going to be a sick burn, guys.
Malfoy, I mean, sad, of course, but he's 14 too. But I think he's probably trying to find out what's really going on, you know? He's probably trying to find out how Harry cheated the system. How did he get his name in the cup? I'm not sold on Malfoy as a villain yet. His dad, maybe. I don't know. Hard to tell.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Sure.
Well, what's his dad do? His dad says some shitty things and then shows up after Voldemort's been resurrected. Is that
Well, what he
illegal? I'm
does-
sorry, is that illegal?
What he does 3 months prior is try to put a killing curse on a child at a school.
But that was in the moment. That was a crime of passion.
Yeah, he shows up because he's called.
Yeah.
And Voldemort's alive. What's he gonna do? Say "fuck you, Voldemort"?
Yeah. Exactly. This is a wizard who might conceivably live forever. He's not gonna shit talk Voldemort to his face. I'm not sold on them as villains yet. We'll see.
I mean, he was dressed as a KKK member. Is that enough for you?
I mean, he might just be doing some cosplay.
It's possible that he was one of the ones burning down the the fairgrounds, the World Cup.
Look, I don't have any evidence, but it's equally possible that maybe him and his wife just like to role play in the bedroom, and his wife's real into the danger that Death Eaters present. I don't have any evidence for that, but I find it to be an exactly valid theory. In as much as he might just be a Death Eater. We'll have to find out in the later movies.
And you see Myrtle. What do they call her?
Moaning Myrtle.
Moaning Myrtle. You see Moaning Myrtle perving
Yeah.
in the bathroom.
Really.
To try to see Harry Potter's doinker.
Yeah. A lot of attempted doinkers looking at. It's... Gotta scope that doinker.
She's like, it took him until all the bubbles were gone to figure it out.
Yeah.
And then she just like glances over at his and he has to keep.
So she definitely got a good long look at Cedric's doinker.
Oh yeah.
And that's...
You know, the handsome one.
Yeah, like, why did we need to know about that? What does this add?
Why is she so creepy?
What, like, I don't know.
If you're gonna be a bathroom ghost, like, you know, maybe respect people's privacy a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
get back in the stall you were murdered in, you fucking ghost. Anyway,
But yeah, okay,
he saves
so-
Harry Potter. He saves 2 people, even though he doesn't have to. And I think that's probably a good idea because I think he knows if he leaves this person down here, they just drown.
dead.
They're just dead.
Dead.
That's your punishment, 17-year-olds.
That's why the girl that was supposed to save that other person was so grateful
Thank-
that somebody saved her little sister.
Thank God you saved my little sister's life.
Because you know, the professors took Ron and Hermione to go put him in the lake. So you know, a professor took that little girl and was like, "You're going in the lake. Hopefully you get saved. Otherwise you're dead."
Yep, pretty dark stuff.
But yeah, so that leads me to believe that Azkaban is not your traditional prison, even in the wizarding sense. It is more like a Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah,
Because there's no trials.
yeah.
It's only people that seem to be loyal to Dark Lord Voldemort.
Yeah.
Right? It's only enemies of the state.
We can call him Darth Voldemort if you want. That's fine. I like that.
Have you heard the story of Darth Voldemort?
The tragedy. It's not a tale that good wizards tell.
But it just seems like it's more of a, you know, whatever the hell we call Guantanamo. It's more a place to hold these people that are enemies of the state than it is to normal prisoners.
I mean, I guess, but everything we hear in the movies is like, oh, it's time for you to go to jail, which means you're going to Azkaban, period.
Yeah, but all the stories revolve around, like, Voldemort. Like, even when Hagrid was sent to Azkaban, it was because he opened the Chamber of Secrets.
But no one knows the Chamber of Secrets has anything to do with Voldemort, because no one's opened it before, because they don't know that it actually exists.
It was opened once before, okay?
Right. But they blamed him before that time too. So I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think they just threw him in there because he's a half giant and they could treat him as subhuman. I think this is just their wizarding jail. I think this is just where wizards go to jail, to soul-sucking Dementor prison.
And Harry is not suspicious that Mad-Eye gives him, like, the direction to go in.
Yeah.
Because he's used to teachers tipping the scales in his favor.
That's right. He's the boy who lived. He deserves some little extra...
He deserves this. He hasn't planned. He couldn't figure anything out on his own.
No. He's not qualified at all to be here. He deserves it.
He figured out literally nothing.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
He prepared for nothing.
Cedric Diggory tells him how to solve the first puzzle. Actually, the dragon thing, Mad-Eye Moody tells him how to win. Cedric tells him how to open the egg. Longbottom tells him how to swim. Yeah, and that brings us to the third one. Jesus.
Mad-Eye points him in the right direction.
Talk about failing upward. He's so incompetent he can't lose.
He's too focused on, what a great person he is. He's the boy who lived.
I am the boy who lived.
He literally did something as a baby, and he's been riding that.
He's been riding it for 14 years now. But they're in a maze, and it's not very interesting. Sometimes the maze closes,
Yeah.
corridors close on you, and you have to run away from them. Okay.
Sometimes there's hard breeze.
It didn't seem like there was a lot of magical talent going into this contest.
No.
You were literally just in a maze.
Yeah. What would Dumbledore say? You won't find
Sometimes you lose
creatures
yourselves.
But sometimes you lose yourself.
Yeah. First of all, yeah, that's what a regular maze is.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be magic to lose yourself in a maze.
It's like, bro, it's a maze. It's not an existential crisis.
Right, like, yeah, I'm going to walk around until I find it or don't. Someone else does. Great. Yeah, and they end up in a graveyard. The same graveyard that Harry's been dreaming about. Which, first of all, get some therapy, buddy. Second of all, well, come on. You keep dreaming about a graveyard and then your arch enemy murdering a housekeeper. Like,
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. Get it together.
This guy.
Get it together.
I was just going to say the school has to have a psychologist, but I know that it fucking doesn't. Of course it doesn't. Dumbledore's insinuation is just like, oh, I don't think you should think about these dreams. And then he pulls a memory out of his own head. Like, yeah dude, that's not...
Just forget about it.
That's not healthy. That's
not a way to deal with your problem.
Because
then he also just spends, it looks like he spends a lot of time looking at those memories inexpensive, just like regretting things.
Just like looking down at this bowl of memory, like, oh right, I remember that now.
Like if you went to Netflix and you just pulled up a show that's like your life, and you just a bunch of things that you don't remember, but it's just like you being shitty or something. Like, how would you feel?
Right. It's crazy that like that's his solution. It's just like, I'll just pull this memory out and dump it in this bowl. I'll look at it sadly later, but for now I feel fine.
Yeah.
Nah, dude. Nah.
I'm really a terrible person. Hold on.
Hold on, let me just... took that memory out.
God. I'm doing great.
Yeah, we get to see... There's a very quick ritual.
Yeah. Oh, can I...
Please, yes.
Can I just make a... How cute is Baby Voldemort?
I know, right? I know. He should have stayed that way. No one would be afraid of him. He's adorable.
They should make a Muppet Babies style show. Baby Voldemort.
It's just him doing things like, kill the extra. Like...
Dumbledore could play like the granny character. So you just see Dumbledore's feet.
Well, that was another thing. Yeah, so they show up in this graveyard. Wormtail shows up carrying Baby Voldemort. Kills Cedric.
Supporting the head and neck.
Supporting the head and neck. He's a good caretaker. He knows what he's doing.
So Wormtail is the one that kills Cedric.
Yeah, because Voldemort gives the order, and he's a baby.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I wish he had a pacifier in his mouth.
He's gonna take it out. And you know that for like this whole school year, that Wormtail has felt pretty put upon because he was left alone with Baby Voldemort, and Barty Crouch got to go to work.
Yeah.
Those two are gonna have a fierce but quiet conversation when he gets home.
Yeah. They used Polyjuice Potion. Either one of them could have gone. But
right. And you know what? Who has more experience pretending to be something else? Wormtail was a fucking rat for like, what, 12 years? 13 years?
And played a rat so well that
well.
Hermione's cat could not stop chasing him.
Right. But no, Barty Crouch, sure. You go. Your weird lip licking won't give you away. Well, we'll get to
I love the first part of the potion or incantation to bring him back is to dump his baby body into a pot of boiling water.
Yeah. Yeah. And you notice Wormtail didn't hesitate because he's had to deal with his Baby Voldemort for like 7 months by himself.
He's probably got postpartum depression.
I bet he does.
He's worried about the story that's going to get told. Like, slit Harry Potter's throat.
Don't
Slit
use
his throat.
magic.
Who cares? Who's there to witness it? Only your cronies. They can tell you whatever you want. They can tell the story.
His cronies are only there because he summoned them. He could have killed Harry Potter with a knife, and then when they showed up, he was, oh yeah, I used the knife to throat spell. I totally use magic, guys. I'm awesome.
He could have been like, Harry Potter came out with a knife. I wrestled him to the ground, and then used magic to pick up the knife and slit his throat. It was amazing.
You guys should have been there. Wormtail, tell him.
Yeah, my back was turned at the time, right, Wormtail? I wasn't even looking at him when he came out with the knife.
You want the hand back, don't you, Wormtail?
Exactly.
You know what story to tell.
Yeah, it's he's pick up a wand. Come on, let's go. I'm gonna fight you to prove I'm better than you. He's like, you just came back from the dead, bro. You're great.
Like, chill, yeah. I'd spend a little time luxuriating in that.
Yeah.
Maybe amass
Potter-
more followers by being like, hey, I can give you immortality. I know how to do that.
Harry Potter couldn't figure out how to breathe underwater for an hour.
And he's a reality-bending wizard. He couldn't do it.
Yeah, but Cedric makes sure to come out and be like, hey, can you bring my body back? I don't want to be left in a graveyard. I
Yeah.
don't want my body left in a graveyard. It's like, that's where you're going, bro.
Well, he wants it to be a graveyard his dad picks,
Yeah.
I guess.
Slitting Harry Potter's throat and then running away would have taken about as much time as it did to, like, look for all that polyjuice potion and then try to explain to Harry Potter, like, slowly reveal yourself.
Yeah, but Dumbledore...
There's other ways to kill Harry Potter, not just slitting throats, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, you're real focused on cutting this 14-year-old's throat. You're...
I'm just saying, if I was going to kill a 14-year-old.
So the other thing I wanted to bring up was we hung out over this past weekend, and there was some Harry Potter talk. Mm-hmm, and so a third party was insistent, actually that was earlier this week, but insistent that Voldemort was the villain because he was his soul-splitting curse required the murder of a person. So first of all, we have not seen that in these films yet. I don't think anyone's told. They just said he's created Horcrux. Or Horcruxes.
Do we even know he's created Horcruxes yet? Well, Dumbledore knows because Dumbledore is like in the
Yeah.
background going and finding them.
Yeah.
But we don't know anything about
Right.
Horcruxes yet.
Right. So just up to this point, we still don't really know a lot about Voldemort. I don't know. The only reason we know that he killed Harry Potter's parents are stories that Dumbledore's told. I mean, who else would even know? Dumbledore again, masterful at controlling information. I think he might have killed Harry's parents
It's possible. It is possible.
because we have no first-hand account.
He could have been doing it with Voldemort,
Yeah.
and Voldemort tried to kill Harry Potter. He was in the other room, but it was too late.
Yeah. I'm not convinced Voldemort's the bad guy here. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Up to the fourth movie, we really don't have any idea.
That's right.
We have an untrustworthy narrator.
Yep.
We have a child being manipulated by several adults that were part of that murder. When
Yep.
that murder was occurred, you know?
Yep.
We don't know. We just don't know
It's
yet.
still entirely conceivable that Harry is in the wrong here.
Right. Is Lucius and Voldemort racist? Yeah.
Sure. Was Lucius Malfoy a slave owner until very recently? Yeah, of course.
Is Dumbledore complicit in a society that allows slaves?
Yeah. Allows it, perpetuates it.
Is Dumbledore against the murder of people? No. He believes it to be okay when it's right, when he feels it's fine.
Judge and jury, that guy.
Yeah.
But he makes children be his executioners.
That's right, yeah. Voldemort's trying it on his own.
Yeah.
Sure. Does he stumble to kill a 14-year-old? Yeah. But he wasn't like, do my dirty work. He's
Yeah.
like, bring me back, I'll try to kill him.
And I think at this point, Voldemort might be trying to kill Harry just because he knows he's one of Dumbledore's puppets. Harry's a pawn here, but he's not a pawn that's going to be turned, and Voldemort's got to protect himself.
Yeah, I mean, we started this journey by Dumbledore bringing him into the Wizarding World, telling him who killed his parents, and working on him to kill ways of Voldemort coming back.
Yep.
Dumbledore is preventing Voldemort from coming back.
Not coming.
Almost
I mean,
indeed.
performing the greatest feat of magical prowess that the Wizarding world has ever seen. Quite frankly, I think Dumbledore's anti-magic. Okay, he just doesn't like it. He doesn't want it.
There's not a lot of it going on at the school.
No, he's not teaching these kids shit. He's canceling finals all the time so they don't ever
Yeah.
actually learn magic. He's the greatest threat to the Wizarding world right now until Hermione grows up.
Yeah. It's yet to be seen. Will Voldemort be a villain? Maybe.
Maybe.
Was he pushed there by Dumbledore?
Very probably. Cadbury cream eggs.
Candy.
How'd you like them?
I like them. I don't like them as much as I used to, but they're still very good.
I didn't really like them.
Did you used to like them?
Yeah, but I ate one and I bit into it and it was just like, okay, so here's a bunch of chocolate. It's okay. Not bad chocolate, not good chocolate, but
Yeah.
and then the inside was just very gritty sugar cream stuff. It wasn't I don't know.
Yeah, and they said, hey, if you still want dairy milk, dairy milk chocolate. It's still available in these forms. And you're like, yeah, I guess. But
Yeah.
I kind of liked that chocolate how it was.
Yeah.
So maybe eat shit, but I'm not a multi-billion-dollar corporation that deals in confections. I don't know. Maybe it was a good move. I have no idea.
I don't think it was. I'm I'm significantly more arrogant than you, and I believe that I can question these decisions.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think they
Yeah,
made
they're
the wrong one.
Eat candy. Don't do drugs.
Eat candy, not drugs. Jeff, were you scared straight when you were a kid?
Against drugs?
Yeah, that's...
No, I don't think so. I mean, we did the DARE program, but
Yeah.
that didn't scare me away from drugs.
Yeah.
That was like, okay, drugs are more normal. They're like, they are everywhere. Like, people do them.
That's the lesson I learned from the DARE program, too.
Yeah.
It was almost like a more normalization of drugs, where they're just
Yeah.
like, anyone could be on drugs, and I was like, oh yeah,
Right.
you're right.
that's
There's
true.
a ton of drugs everywhere.
Yeah. It didn't really, I mean, I enjoyed the DARE program,
I didn't.
but it did not, well, I just didn't like, it was like taking time away from other schooling things, which I enjoyed, you know.
Yeah, I didn't like it because a cop came in to talk to us, and I don't like being there.
I didn't have that reaction to cops till much later.
Nah, even in elementary school, I was like, I don't like that this guy has authority over me.
Yeah.
It was-
yeah, it is kind of weird, right?
I think it was kind of how I was raised, though. So
Yeah, I didn't feel that way about cops so much later, because it is weird. Like, they put lights on, you've got to pull over.
yeah,
They ask you what you're doing, not like, hey, what are you doing? It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, like living my life, bro. I don't know. What do you want?
yeah.
And then you can't leave. You know what I mean? Like, if you try to leave, they have the authority to shoot you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm sorry,
Listen,
Jeff. Authority and desire.
at least like at least with the fire department, like they go, oh my god, it looks like your house is on fire. Can I put it out?
Yeah.
And you go, please.
Yeah. Hey, your house is on fire. Was there anyone in
Yeah.
there? And you go, oh yeah, I had some people in that house. And they go, oh, we'll try to go get them out for you.
Yeah, very nice. With the police, it's they're,
Well,
I
if-
mean,
if
it's
the
their
police
job
show-
to be like, are you a bad guy? Are you a bad guy?
If the police show up in your house,
Tell me if you're a bad guy.
If the police show up and your house is on fire, they might go, did you set this fire?
Yeah.
Did you
lot
do
of
this?
questions.
And it's like, no, what is wrong with you? So heads up, official position is that cops
Yeah.
are okay, but I would like to stay away from them in general.
Yeah, be wary of them. They're there to protect, but it's just I don't want to get too much into it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you should. Cops might hear this. I just want
Yeah.
I want cops to know that
They
I'm
hear
on
everything.
I'm on their side.
I am also on the cop side. I love the police.
I think they should be able to shoot whoever they want.
Sure, absolutely.
I think when they do, they should just get paid vacations.
because it's stressful. Can you imagine shooting somebody?
I think every
Taking their
time
life?
I think
Stressful.
I think every time a police chief or an attorney general says that they're conducting an investigation into these allegations that a police shot somebody, they should be allowed to wink when they say investigation, and or do finger quotes.
Yeah, it's like when my girlfriend goes, "Did you fart, or was that the dog?" And I go, "I don't know. I don't think it was me. It might have been a dog. I'll look into it."
And then
I'm not gonna
instead
look
of
into
looking
it.
into
I
it,
farted.
instead of
Yeah.
looking into it, you give the dog treats. That's
Yeah.
That's what it would be like. Yeah.
Because I farted. Yeah.
No, I don't have anything against cops. I just
Yeah, it's just it's uncomfortable. I've never been comfortable with a
Right.
cop.
Right.
Yeah.
I just want them to leave me alone because I'm not breaking the law.
Right.
So, Cadbury cream eggs. That's our thoughts.
It's our thought on the Cadbury cream egg. Not
just-
as good as they used to be.
Yeah. I mean,
Weird, grainy.
420 happened.
You know what happens in 420?
Just got to talk about cops.
Yeah, talk about cops. Life moves on. These are Cadbury cream eggs for these millennials. They're no longer for me. So the next generation gets to decide how they feel about these. Okay?
Are you not a
Already had
millennial?
mine. I think I am, but people keep telling me I'm not, but I'm pretty sure I am. I'm like the older of a millennial. Like, I'm pushing how old a millennial is.
Okay. Well, I didn't know. I was just asking.
I think. I'm just saying I think.
You don't have to get
Some peop-
confrontational.
Hey, listeners, if you know how old a millennial is right now, tweet at us. Let us know.
Do you want to take us
Yeah.
out because I took us in, or do you want to...
Sure. I think, you were covering most of it. Yeah. So contact us if you want. And then what is it?
This has
over.
been this is what I wanted you to do. This has been Heads Up with Jeff and Sean. I've been and will continue to be Sean.
I, as always, am Jeff. Toodles.
Toodles.